Tonight we are talking superfoods and cleanses, just in time for the holidays, with Sophie Jaffe of Philosophie. Stay tuned. Welcome to GFree and Happy Show. That happens every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all on the East Coast for watching me tonight at 10. Yay! I'm your host, Kathy, and I've been GFree, and I'm hearing a little bit of feedback. I've been GFree since 2009, and I wanted to do this show and a blog, gfreeandhappy.com, to start meeting people that are out there and have lots to say, like Sophie. I mean, I had no idea she was out there until recently, and she's my guest tonight. We're talking cleanses, 14 days, 5 days. Pretty cool, huh? And also the superfoods that she has in her products. So it'll be a fun night of superfoods and cleanses. And so we'll get started in just a second. I wanted to, since this is the beginning of the holiday season, as you can tell, like my husband said, the producer, I kind of threw up back here of holiday fun and cheer. Went a little overboard. But tonight I wanted to start with the holiday cheer and suggest a gift for all you gluten-free friends and family out there. It is Kirsten Helly's, who is a chef, and she's with Mesa de Vida. I have a link on my website here. It's beautiful too. She made a very nice little graphic. It's weekly menus for gluten-free lifestyle, because sometimes it's kind of hard to shop and do it all and get the recipes. She provides everything for you. Every week she gives me, on my iPhone or iPad, whatever you want to use, a shopping list full of everything you need for the whole week for $9.95 a week. $9.95 a month. She gives you everything you need, wonderful, healthy recipes too. So check Mesa de Vida. Actually, check out my link on gfreeandhappy.com for a wonderful holiday gift for your loved ones that are G-free. Okay, so Sophie, are you around? There she is, pretty girl. So nice to have you on my show tonight. Hi. Hello, Sophie Jaffe from Philosophie.com.
Yep, The Philosophie.
Thephilosophy.com. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, so I cannot believe you're in LA, and I'm talking to you from the Seattle area tonight, so thank you again. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am originally from the East Coast. I have now been in LA for 10 years, and I went to UCLA. I studied health psychology, and I just fell in love with raw foods after college. I became a manager at a raw food restaurant in Hollywood, and it was an incredible experience. I learned all about different ways of eating, from gluten-free, raw food, low sugar, veganism, kind of everything at this raw food restaurant. I became, after a year or so, I became the manager of the group Cleanses, and I started to cleanse everybody with gluten-free, sugar-free, really healthy, nutrient-dense foods. So that's when I started doing all of this. I have 2 kids, 2 beautiful babies, 1 4-month-old and 1 2.5-year-old, almost. I live with my husband in LA, and my family lives here. My parents and my sister. The only one that's not here is my little brother, who's in Asheville, North Carolina. But everybody else is here, and I kind of living the dream out here.
Sounds like it, especially from your tweets. You were at the dentist's office today, and you had like celebrities there.
Ridiculous. It's so surreal.
I bet. Okay, so what motivated you to start, the cleanses and these wonderful products that are, if you ask me, I'm just learning about this, that it's called Superfoods. How did you get started with this? this
So
business of yours?
yeah, so like I said, I started at a raw food restaurant and I was managing these cleanses. And I just started realizing that I could do it on my own. So I began Philosophie so that I didn't have to work under an infrastructure that I didn't necessarily fully believe in.
And you had two
I didn't care.
kids, yes.
Yeah, I didn't have two kids
Oh,
then, but it just wasn't working for me. It was far from where I lived, and I wasn't getting paid enough for how much energy I was putting out there. And I realized that I could do it on my own out of my home. So I started to package cleanses, and I actually was doing cleanses. I was making it. I became a raw food chef, and I began making cleansing foods for all my clients just out of my home. And then later got a professional kitchen, and I started these huge productions for like 90 to 100 people a month. And I've gone through all kinds of different phases with that, and now I'm trying. After I got pregnant with my second son, I realized that I couldn't just be spending all those hours in the kitchen anymore, and I needed something that made a little more sense. So I created these products. One of them is a superfood product that I now have three different flavors that I've created, but they're all really low ingredients. There's only 8
there's some
potent,
photos.
pure ingredients in each one. And they each are really, they were created to make my client's life easier, make my life easier first, and then created to make my client's life easier. So I package.
What are some of the superfoods that you have in your products? I mean, I see some pictures from your website up right now, and they're beautiful, vibrant vegetables. And tell us a little bit of what I mean. A raw food chef is very big right now too, in the restaurants and this. I don't know, the spiel of everybody talking about raw foods. So tell us what kind of ingredients are in these things, the
So
products.
these ingredients that are actually in my superfoods are ingredients that you wouldn't find in your backyard. You wouldn't find it locally. They're from amazing sources. For example, maca is from the mountains of Peru and is an ancient warrior herb that people used to use before they go out and battle. So it's these ingredients that there's maca, there's spirulina, which is a blue-green algae, there's hemp protein. It's all plant-based and gluten-free and raw and organic and fair trade. They're really pure ingredients from all over the world. The cacao one has raw cacao powder and raw cacao nibs, but it's just the pure ingredients. Things you can't really find at normal places.
So
And
Lynn is asking, can we buy all these items online?
you mean separately or my products?
Your products.
Yeah, you can buy all of my products online on my website. I just actually updated my website so it's really user friendly, and you can just fill up your cart with stuff and no questions asked. My last website was a complete disaster, so I'm really excited about this new website.
Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so back to your products. The one you just talked about, is that the one you kind of created for your mom too? Is that what I read? Can you
So,
tell us a little bit about that?
sure. So my mom had stage 4 breast cancer, and she started seeing a Chinese acupuncturist, herbalist, Chinese doctor, and he started recommending foods to eat, what foods to stay away from, to help support her immune system and her overall health in general. And a lot of the herbs and the medicinal mushrooms that are in the cacao mixture of mine, which is right here, this cacao magic, it has a couple really potent medicinal mushrooms like reishi mushroom, which has just been known for years and years and years to heal. It's great for immunity. And then it also has cacao, which is actually the #1 antioxidant in the world, food-based antioxidant, as long as it's not cooked. So raw cacao is the #1 antioxidant, and that's great for fighting disease. And if you already have disease, like she had cancer, or if you're just trying to fight disease and aging in general, antioxidants are great.
Okay, so let's talk about that too. I've heard this before where you don't want to cook certain things to make the more potent. But also, I have you on the show too because my immune system has never been the same after I've been finally figured out that I'm gluten free. I think there's, my body for years fought all the toxins. And so with this kind of product, and see, this is another thing I have a problem with is I don't know which products to actually buy myself if I have like if I need an immune booster. You have a couple. You have a green one and a brown one.
So, I mean, overall, people always ask which my favorite flavor is and which one they should get. They're all great and high in antioxidants. Greens are something that everyone should get to cleanse their system, to bring in antioxidants. Green vegetables are nature's magic wand. They're just amazing. But the cacao one has, the top antioxidants in the world, like cacao. It has healing herbs and really great medicinal properties in that as well. And then my other product, which isn't quite out yet, but I still sample it around and send it, it should be out in 2 weeks, is called Berry Bliss. And that one has all the great berries like acai berry and camu camu and goji berry and all these great antioxidant fruits. So it's a whole nother flavor of, the fruit one, the green one, which is kind of an earthy flavor, and then the chocolate one.
So
so for you,
okay.
I would suggest whatever you like better. If you're a chocolate person like I am, I make sure I get the chocolate every day because it helps with my sweet tooth craving, and there's no actual sugar in the powder itself. So it's really healing, but I get to satisfy that little sweet tooth. And then the green one I add into the chocolate one just to make sure I'm getting my greens. And then sometimes, most of the time, I add fresh greens to it. So it's really, in my opinion, it's better to get spinach and kale and mixed greens fresh rather than having a powder form. So
okay, see, now that's another question I have.
In my green dream, because those are ones you can just get in any garden growing anywhere. So I bagged up the ingredients that are hard to find locally. Like you're not going to find a maca root in your backyard or at the grocery store.
So that's your specialty, that you're getting the really special kind of things that really boost your system.
Yeah. Really unique ingredients that you can't find just anywhere.
Now, how do you serve these? So if you had the cacao, would you put it in a shake with what?
Yeah. So these started as smoothie mixes. So the easiest way to get them in your system is blend them with your favorite fruits and vegetables and drink it up. Now my new philosophy, my new motto is make every food a superfood. So I've been adding, the cacao when I add to brownies, I add it to desserts, I add it to puddings. It's the base for a lot of my desserts instead of using anything else.
Oh, wait. So I like so that's, you use superfoods for everything by adding, it's just a powder and you can sprinkle it into lots of things. Now that makes, could you do it in your cereal or your yogurt?
Yeah, I add the chocolate one to my oatmeal every day. Every time I have oatmeal, I add it to that. I add it to sometimes my coffee if I feel like it's a coffee day. Sometimes I'll have it instead of coffee because even though raw cacao isn't actually caffeine, it's similarly composed. It has to actually, chemically, it has to be broken down by being cooked for it to become caffeine chocolate. So, but it's still a stimulant. So sometimes I'll just have a cacao magic smoothie or a little tea. I'll brew tea and then mix cacao with it and make it like a hot chocolate tea. And that'll give me lots of energy. Most of the time, that's what I do. I don't really do coffee now because I have all these superfoods.
My goodness. That's, see, I didn't know all that. Now, are you going to come out with other products too besides the fruit one?
Yeah, so the next one, it's already been developed. It's just happening. The Berry Bliss is on its way. And then my next thing I want to do is a baby line or a kids line, or it doesn't even have to be baby or kids, but in those little squeezy packs, I want to put the superfoods in with a really simple ingredient like pureed banana or apple, and then add vegetables so that everyone's getting green vegetables and the superfoods. And it's just an easy squeezy pack, so that way people don't have to blend it or make a food. It's just in their purse or their bag, and it's easy to go.
Well,
So
let me ask you that. So your kids are probably getting so much of your superfoods right now.
my
That's a good
two-year-old, I
idea.
mean, if my thing every day is as long as he's had one of my smoothies, I don't care what else he eats. It's like he can do whatever in school, he can do whatever with the babysitter. It's not like I keep bad food in the house, but he can have some, chips or whatever when he's out and about and with the babysitter or something because I feel secure knowing he's getting the nutrients that he needs having my powders.
Okay, so again, how would everybody go about getting these? And they come in a package like the one behind you. You just buy one and it makes a lot of shakes, or
A lot. A lot. You only need 1 tablespoon to start with because it's
wow.
so potent. It's very potent stuff. There's no fillers in it. It's just the bare ingredients, the very pure ingredients. So you just need a tablespoon added to a smoothie or added to, yogurt. And that's it. That's all you need. So it lasts a really long time. You get 64 servings for the larger size.
So this is a great gift too for the holiday gift givers and for hostess gifts. And check out those products. Okay, so the next question I have for you tonight too is the holidays are coming, and what kind of advice do you give for people like me that like chocolate and like the goodies during this time? It's almost like your body knows that it's craving these things already. Do you have any tips for us?
I mean, what I do is I just pre-eat before I go to parties. So I'll just eat something healthy. Like I'll have one of my smoothies before I go to a party. And that way, nutritionally, I feel satisfied and I don't feel super hungry. And then when I get to the party, I don't feel as bad if I want to indulge in something because I know that I've gotten the nutrients I need. I'm not going to eat a bunch of crap because I'm not that hungry. But if I really want something that I haven't had in a long time, that's, 'tis the season, then I'll have something and I don't feel as bad because I want one or two instead of 10.
Well,
So just
oh, go ahead.
preparing. I would say just prepare and make sure you don't go anywhere hungry and that you're getting the nutrients you need throughout the day. You're eating steadily all day. I think a big mistake people make is, well, I have a big holiday dinner tonight, so I'm just going to starve myself all day. That's the opposite of what you want to do because then you're going to be starving and ravenous and you're not going to, your metabolism is going to be shot and it just messes up your whole system to starve yourself all day.
Good tip. And Lynn has a question for you on chat. Which would you recommend someone looking to get more energy, help with inflammation, and dry skin?
I would say the Green Dream. I'd say the Green Dream.
Lynn, the Green Dream, but also she said, this sounds like a great gift for health coaches. I agree.
Yeah,
That's a very good
definitely.
idea. I was going to ask you, so if I take a tablespoon in the morning, do I take it later too? I mean, does it have to? Okay.
It doesn't hurt. Like I add it to everything. Like I said, make every food a superfood. I'm now thinking, how can I make this dish more nutritional? So for salad, I'll add it to the dressing and I'll mix it up.
Wow. Ooh. So on your website, do you have these suggestions? I know on your blog. So
Tons of
at the end.
recipes.
And
Yeah.
yes, chocolate chia seed pudding. There it is, Lynn. Gluten-free, raw, vegan. I will be trying that. And there's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And oh, it's about your mom. How nice.
Yeah. 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 There's tons.
Oh, she froze for just a second. Hold on.
It's recipe tab on the regular website,
Yeah.
and that's using all the superfoods, and I'm always adding to that. Once it's my son Kai's approved, it's Kai approved. Once it's approved by a 2-year-old, it's pretty tasty.
I love that.
So
Oh, I
once
was looking
Kai
at this.
approved,
Yeah.
yeah, then I'll add it to the recipe list on the superfoods, like on the main website.
And I saw the carrot cake smoothie. I mean, it's orange.
Yeah, I'm using. I use 1 tablespoon of the Green Dream, and then the rest of it is either. It depends on the season. If it's fall, then I'll use pumpkin.
Oh,
Like
and you add dates too. How
yeah,
fun.
dates is the sweetener. I try and stay away from adding anything like extra sugar or agave. I just try and stick to the fruit, and then maybe like a touch of stevia.
Okay, I do have another. We haven't even got into the cleanses, so we got to hurry and do that. But Kirsten says, I'm going to recommend this to a couple of my personal chef clients that are on anti-inflammatory diets, mainly raw vegan, for healing from cancer. That's great. Want to try? Yeah, I'm going to be trying. It's a very good idea. And then,
Yeah, I mean, all of my products are anti-inflammatory. These are the cleanest, most potent, most pure foods you can put into your body. They're really alkalining and they're very cleansing. All of these powders are that way. It depends how you use them. You know, if you're adding them to like brownies, then no, they're probably not going to be anti-inflammatory because you're eating all the sugar
Yum.
and the cooked chocolate. But if you're using my recipes and you're using these powders, then they're totally anti-inflammatory and antioxidant and anti-cancer, really. I'm not supposed to say anti-cancer,
oh,
but to be honest, that's what it is. It's preventing your body from disease.
well, let's really fast talk about these cleanses, the 5, and why is there 14? I read that it's kind of giving you a trial of, like, you could try gluten-free and things. And why doesn't everybody try this?
Why doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
I don't think everyone does because they're a little scared if they've never cleansed before. So the 5-day is more of like an introduction. It kind of gets your feet wet. You can feel what it's like to cleanse for 5 days, but it's not a scary thing. I'm not about starving yourself. You eat 3 meals a day and then you get 2 snacks, and that's just the minimum. If you're breastfeeding, if you're training a lot or working out a lot, I want you to add another meal or another snack. And so we talk about that. It's about eating. You know, you're just eating the right foods and getting these superfoods into your body.
So that's
really
kind
great.
of telling everybody how to start eating more healthy, cleansing, kind of raw diet too.
You know, and the cool thing is that once you buy my cleanse once, you really only need to buy it once because then you have the tools to do it on your own anytime you want. All you have to do is buy the superfoods from me and you can do the rest on your own because you've got the format, you've got everything else you need. It's just about taking that time for yourself and, you know, scheduling it into your year, like every 4 months or whatever works for your body.
I wanted to mention too, you put at the bottom here, gain mental clarity, focus, and energy, and join us in the next group cleanse. So there's a group cleanse, and you can.
I kind of every month or two, I create, like when I have a lot of cleanse clients at once, I try and make it so they all are kind of at the same time so that we're in that same mentality. You can cleanse anytime you want. You can just buy a couple boxes and keep them on your shelf. And, you know, they're not, the stuff that comes in the actual cleanse box is not perishable. So you could store them away for a rainy weekend and just take care of yourself or, you know, post-wedding or whatever it is, pre-wedding. But the point is I'm there to help guide you, support you as much as you want. And I just step away if you need me to step away. So it's kind of as much as you'd like. You can participate in the group process or not.
I like the group with FaceTime, Skype, email, phone, Facebook group. I think you give it all. But we miss, Lynn even mentioned it. I was going to say it too. We miss what's included in the cleanse.
So in the 14-day cleanse, it comes with a booklet, which is everything you need, including yoga poses and recipes, a menu. You get teas for every night, detox cleansing teas with herbs in them. You get a detox bath formula that I made. My sister and I actually made it together with these beautiful sea salts and baking soda and essential oils, like 5 different kinds of beautiful organic essential oils, the top quality. So we give you instructions and tips and guidance and like all in this one packet. And then you also get cleansing pills, which you take 1 or 2 a day, depending. And then you get my superfoods in small packages, the right amount that you need for the cleanse, whether you're the 5-day or the 14-day.
It's a smart
They're
idea.
essentially the same, just the 5 days a little bit smaller and less, and then the 14 has more of everything.
Nicely done. We noticed on your website that you have some famous clients. How is that going? You're in LA. Do you like hold up your sign whenever you're walking in the dentist's office? Hey.
I don't. You know, it's funny. I think just like anyone, when you're kind of on the same wavelength. Like when someone needs something energetically, emotionally, physically, if you put it out there that you need it, that person will find you. So I think my clients just needed different things from me. Like Stacy wanted to try a cleanse, so she tried a cleanse, and then and then it just went from there. Do you cook privately? Yes, I do. Da, da, da. So it went. That was that situation, and then Gerard wanted to do cleansing, so he's done a few cleanses with me, and then that led to private yoga, and it just kind of evolves on its own. And I don't push anything. I'm not, if you want something, you'll find it, and I don't really advertise to like celebrities particularly, but that's just the nature of where I live. It just happens.
Very nice. I had to ask.
Yeah.
All right. So where can we find you?
So Twitter and Instagram are at Philosophie Mama, and Philosophie is spelled with my name, so Sophie.
I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah. My best friend from childhood and her mother actually came up with that 4 years ago. Oh. I was looking for the perfect name, and they came up with that name.
That's a very good name.
Yeah. And then Facebook is at Philosophie, and my website is thephilosophy.com.
Well, you've been a wonderful guest. Thank you so much for all this wonderful, great tips.
Thank you. Keep in touch, everyone. Please join my mailing list and just say hi. Come by the Facebook or my website. Shoot me a note.
I'll be ordering, and I'll be on your mail list. I've already followed you and everything.
Awesome.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much, Sophie, for helping out tonight and learning so much about superfoods and cleanses right before the holidays, too. So my next week's guest, we're starting, there's 2 weeks of really holiday fun. Next week is Diane. I want to get sure, Jane and Diane, and they do I Can Have That! Exclamation point. It's icanhavethat.com. It's gluten-free baskets, gift baskets. They do it for corporations. They do it for gifts. I want to have them on to suggest great gifts for the gluten-free community. And then the next week, we're going to be doing some holiday drinks and appetizers. So visit us next week. And also, you can download this starting tomorrow on YouTube, iTunes, and come back to GFreeandHappy.com. Thank you for showing up tonight.